And up next, we have Wellwith.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Mike Westcott. I am a first-year MBA student here at Ross and the founder of Wellwith, the Wellness Rewards Network. With disposable cups, every year in the US alone, we throw away about 60 billion of them, or about 200 for every person. Environmentally, this is a disaster. It creates about the same carbon dioxide emissions as 1.3 million cars on the road each year. You may say, why not just recycle these cups? Well, recycling doesn't address the majority of the problem. A lot of this pollution is being created earlier in this cup's life cycle. So during production, during transportation, and not all of that carbon dioxide is being emitted later in the cycle. Also, this thin plastic lining actually makes these cups very hard to recycle anyways. So even if you throw this cup in the recycling bin, it'll probably end up in the landfill. So I'm here today to talk about how we can move upstream and reduce our reliance on disposable cups in the first place. So incentives exist for reducing our reliance. For example, a 10-cent incentive from Starbucks for bringing your own mug. But these incentives are painfully ineffective. So 10% of people bring their own mugs in an area like Ann Arbor that's relatively eco-conscious. Place where I'm from, it's more like 1%. So these current incentives aren't working. So during my conversations and my research, I've found that the right incentives can get people to actually change their behaviors and adopt healthier habits. Let's meet two locals to see how we might do that. So meet Steve. He's a college student, a coffee lover, and he's more motivated by impact, by being part of the larger cause, than by money. Meet Sarah. She's a local coffee shop owner. She loves serving her customers, and she does not love paying 20 cents for each of these cups, which are used once and then thrown in the landfill. So what if instead we had the right incentives? Steve comes into Sarah's coffee shop with his mug and with his Wellwith app. When he does so, Sarah only spends 10 cents instead of 20. She pockets 10 of it, and the 10 she's still spending is split up between Wellwith. We get 5 as part of our revenue stream, and 5 cents goes to water.org. They're working to fight the water crisis. Over 660 million people worldwide today still lack access to clean water and sanitation. They work through microfinancing to end that. With 5 cents, they can actually provide clean water access for one person for an entire month. So that's the first part of this right incentive that I'm talking about. The second part is what's in it for Steve, right? He brings in his mug. He wants something for himself as well as being part of this larger cause. So as he brings in the mug, he can earn points on his Wellwith mobile app. And as he does so, he can redeem those points at not only Sarah's coffee shop, but also other local businesses around town with whom Sarah chooses to partner. For example, a yoga studio or a salad restaurant. As he does so, we're creating this local wellness-focused network in which business owners, customers, and water.org and the people and places they serve are all benefiting. The business owners benefit in different ways. Sarah will benefit from cost savings. Restaurants like the Salad Shack and like the yoga studio will benefit more from the promotional opportunities they wouldn't otherwise have if they weren't in a network like this. So why Wellwith? The two main factors that set us apart from our closest competitors are the fact that we are focused on wellness. We're dedicated and committed to helping our customers live more sustainably and helping our business network members operate more sustainably. Also, the fact that we have this giving component built in. Some networks may have that here and there on a one-off basis. You know, we're donating this amount to this charity this week, but this is built into this network and always will be. This is the actual mobile app. It's ready to be published. I'll be publishing it next week after writing the privacy policy and doing all the things I'm learning about in terms of publishing apps. If you walk through it here, you click places, you see Ann Arbor, and you see Sarah's coffee shop. Click on that, and you see Steve's point profile at that business. We see Steve currently has 70 points. He brings in his mug another time. He holds up his phone to the barista, and that barista punches in her 4-digit PIN to give Steve credit for bringing that mug. Right now, there's no integration between the mobile app and that business's POS system. Down the road, there will be. Right now, they're separated. So once Steve has those 80 points, we see that he's now able to redeem them for one of a couple of rewards, one being a free espresso drink at Sarah's Coffee House, another one being a free or buy one, get one free salad at Nick's Salad Shack. The app also has a section about water.org, talks about what the organization is, what they're doing, and also shows our collective contribution as the Wellwith network to their organization. This is a screenshot from our actual website and a couple of tools that I'll be using to help streamline this process and help make it as seamless as possible, as frictionless as possible for business owners, for employees, counter workers, which I've been a counter worker and I don't want an extra step in this process any more than is necessary. And to streamline it for me as well. I'll be doing more work in the back end in the beginning with this first version of the app. Moving forward, I'll be working to automate more of these processes. These are the businesses that are actually on board with our network, 3 of which are in Lake Orion, Michigan, where I'm from, and 2 of which are in Ann Arbor. And we're also an official cause marketing partner with water.org. So why me? My background is in health and wellness. I was a former health coach at Omada Health. I also am studying business here at Ross and soon to be studying sustainability at the School of Natural Resources in the dual degree herb program, which I'm really excited about. I'll be starting that in the fall. And I was also recently selected as a summer fellow with the Optimized student group here on campus. So we're launching a week from Wednesday in Lake Orion, March 22nd, which happens to be World Water Day, and then April 22nd in Ann Arbor, which is Earth Day. So both worked out very nicely. That was not the plan before like a few weeks ago. The plan during the spring and the summer is to expand these pilots using the Great Harvest Bread Company network. You may have noticed the logo on the last slide and been wondering what that's all about. My parents are franchise owners in Lake Orion. I've been a baker there. I've been a counter worker. I've helped them to start and grow their business. It's a great organization. They have over 200 locations in the country, and they can all kind of do their own thing. They're a freedom franchise, so they're not tied down to getting corporate approval. We'll also be expanding into other areas. We're not going to be a one-trick pony, so we'll be expanding into reusable bags and incentivizing healthy food options as well. Looking forward, we'll also implement technology like RFID to make the process even more seamless. Somebody sets their mug at the point of sale system and it recognizes it and remotely credits their account with 10 points. Looking forward, the money from this competition will help us to launch those additional pilots. It won't be enough money to actually build a second version of the app, but I'll continue seed funding throughout this next year to raise that money needed for the second version. Looking ahead, we want to get 12 pilots launched by the end of the summer and 100 by the end of next year. At that point, we'll be bringing in about $250 per pilot location, which is a conservative estimate that's based on the numbers that I have right now for 1 restaurant and 2 coffee shops. So looking to the end of next year, the revenue stream will be about $25,000 per month, which would be enough to support our growth and to support the building of that second version of the app. So check out wellwith.com today. Keep an eye out for the app and join the community. Thank you.
Mike, great presentation and great idea. Can you walk me through the math again?
Yeah.
Sarah, the coffee shop owner, gets a dime
Yep.
in savings from the 20 cents she would have spent on the cup.
Yep.
5 cents goes to water.org.
Correct.
5 cents goes to you.
Right.
So what's the customer's motivation besides the water.org element?
Yeah, so in the beginning, that'll vary, business to business. So right now, the kind of default is that, like you said, 5 cents goes to water.org, so they're part of this larger cause. And then 5 cents goes to us for our revenue stream, and the business is incentivized to join this program because they're saving half, for every time somebody brings in their own mug. One business owner I talked to, coffee shop manager, I should say, said, I think that it'd be, the extra nudge needed, even if we took 5 cents off of this customer's purchase, along with the water.org contribution and the rewards.
I guess what I'm getting at is I heard you say that 10 cents at Starbucks is not even remotely sufficient incentive for me to bring my own mug in.
Yeah.
But the math here is also there's zero financial incentive for Steve.
In some places, like the shop that I mentioned before, might have a small 5 or 10 cent, component, But that's in addition to the water.org contribution and the rewards. So the rewards, the fact that you can earn free espresso drinks, free salads, free yoga sessions, or discounts on those things is one part of it. And then the fact that, especially Generation Z, coming into the marketplace, they're much more motivated by impact, by being part of a cause, than they are by money, and they're much less brand loyal. These traditional loyalty programs aren't going to work when the people born 1996 and more recently Gen Z are our consumers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Would Steve potentially be able to choose his own charity and think of expanding that so he can choose what charity the 5 cents goes to?
Yeah, good question. I think eventually that may be an option. Obviously we'd vet the charities and work with a select batch of charities. Right now we're focusing on just water.org and on just coffee cups. I got really excited about we should do coffee cups and bags and food and partner with water.org and Nature Conservancy and food gatherers, but people are like, simplify it, keep it very streamlined. So right now it's just water.org. The fact that they have this cause marketing program set up and then I'm already a partner makes it really nice in that we have the support from them.
Also, one other question. I worry about as you scale, this impact staying baked in the model. How do you ensure that this 5 cents stays dedicated to a charity and not as small business owners maybe wanting a larger cut how do we, as an investor, ensure that that's not going to you as you scale or to the business owner?
As far as ensuring that the breakdown is actually what we say it is.
Stays that way as you scale.
I'm making it a point to be as transparent as possible, using zero, using different methods, open book accounting, to make sure this actually is going to water.org. Right now, the way it's working, again, the default setting is that the businesses in the network contribute to water.org directly. And that way they get the tax benefit. That'll vary, again, depending on business type. There's one company that's part of the network for the pilot that's an L3C, a low profit, limited liability company. And that tax benefit would be different than a different type of company or corporation. So it'll be a case-by-case basis there. But basically we'll be very transparent in the breakdown here and in where the money is actually going.
So fantastic presentation.
Thank
you. There were rumors about what you were going to present us this afternoon. I have a question.
I want to hear more about that.
So 25 years ago, a group of people that I wanted to be part of gave one of my fraternity brothers a quote. And that quote was, "There's no I in team." And he came back, "But there is a me." A few years before that, our famous coach gave an inspired speech to Michigan men. And it went, the team, the team, the team. Could you tell us a little bit about the team that's behind yourself and this company?
I thought that's where you were going with that. So right now, it's me. I've definitely had a lot of help. It's not just been me that's put this together. A lot of help from business owners and customers and employees and organizations like water.org. But I definitely recognize that I can't do it by myself. The two main areas that I will need the most help with in the immediate future will be sales to grow these pilots and development. So right now, like I said, the app that's currently built and soon to be launched can get us through the end of the calendar year. But looking forward, as we get the money to do so and as it becomes necessary, we'll need developers, whether it's partnering with somebody or hiring out or whatever it may be. I won't be the only team member indefinitely. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.